Donald Trump has never been much of a multilateralist. He champions an America-first approach, distrusts allies he believes are free-riding, and isn't one for diplomatic niceties. However, even by his own standards, his first few days in office have been particularly confrontational. He has expressed intentions to annex large territories, withdraw from the UN's World Health Organization, and even threaten trade wars with some of America's closest allies, including Taiwan. In this video, we'll dive into Trump's ongoing geopolitical disputes, explore their potential consequences, and assess whether they could lead to U.S. isolation. Never miss an episode. Subscribe and ring the bell to stay informed. Trump's latest global clashes. One of the most talked about disputes is with Denmark and Greenland. Trump has repeatedly suggested acquiring Greenland, the world's largest island, much to the frustration of Denmark and the European Union. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz reaffirmed the importance of respecting national borders, while the French foreign minister even hinted at the possibility of deploying troops to the island. Then there's Canada, which strongly opposes Trump's idea of incorporating it into the U.S. or engaging in a trade war. His comments have sparked backlash, even from Canadian Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, Trudeau's likely successor, who firmly stated Canada will never be the 51st state and promised to retaliate if Trump imposed tariffs. Panama is also caught in the crossfire, as Trump has voiced ambitions to reclaim control of the Panama Canal. Meanwhile, Mexico faces mounting pressure from Trump's policies, beyond just economic tariffs. His administration has declared drug cartels as terrorist organizations and deployed 1,500 active-duty troops to the U.S.-Mexico border. Donald Trump Jr. even suggested issuing letters of marque in reprisal, which would authorize private security firms to go after cartel groups. Trump's aggressive stance on immigration is further straining relations with Latin American countries. His plan to deport millions of undocumented migrants has already led to tensions. Honduras has threatened to shut down a U.S. military base in protest, and a recent standoff between Trump and Colombian President Gustavo Petro was reportedly resolved only after Trump threatened tariffs. His protectionist economic policies have also put a strain on relations with traditional allies. Trump has demanded that NATO members increase their defense spending to 5% of GDP and has criticized figures like Elon Musk for intervening in global affairs. Even Taiwan, a key U.S. partner, is at risk. Trump recently announced potential tariffs of 25%, 50%, or even 100% on semiconductor imports, directly impacting the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, which also benefits from subsidies under Biden's CHIPS Act. Diplomatic wins and setbacks. Despite these conflicts, Trump has managed some diplomatic victories. Reports suggest he helped broker a ceasefire in Gaza, which likely boosted relations with Middle Eastern allies like Saudi Arabia and the UAE. He has also shown unexpected support for Ukraine, blaming Putin for stalled peace negotiations and threatening additional economic sanctions on Russia. Polling indicates that Trump remains popular in the global south. Surveys by the European Council on Foreign Relations, ECFR, found that pluralities in India, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, South Africa, Turkey, Indonesia, and even Ukraine view his leadership as beneficial. Many appreciate his straightforward approach to foreign policy and view him as more honest than past U.S. presidents. However, this goodwill is quickly eroding. Trump's push to relocate Palestinians to Egypt or Jordan has angered Middle Eastern leaders. Just days after condemning Putin for avoiding peace talks, he announced a freeze on all foreign aid to Ukraine. Additionally, his perceived neo-imperialist ambitions, such as acquiring Greenland, reclaiming the Panama Canal, and pressuring Canada, are raising alarm among global leaders. What this means for the world order. While it's too early to predict the full impact of Trump's second term, several factors suggest it may be more destabilizing than his first. Unlike in 2016, Trump's ability to act is no longer restrained by internal opposition, as he has strengthened his grip on the courts and Congress. Furthermore, during his first term, many U.S. allies viewed his presidency as an anomaly, but With another victory under his belt, and Biden having continued several of his policies, countries may now see Trump's approach as the new normal for Republican leadership. This could push them to reduce reliance on the U.S. From Trump's perspective, this shift may not be a problem. He has long argued that America's alliances offer little benefit, claiming that NATO drains U.S. resources and that trade deficits unfairly support other economies. However, whether a more isolationist America truly results in a stronger U.S. remains to be seen. If Trump follows through on his foreign policy promises, we may be witnessing a dramatic reshaping of the global order. How the media covers Trump's actions. The conversation around Trump's foreign policy is gaining traction. His claim about acquiring Greenland alone has been covered by over 106 media outlets, 31% of which lean left and 40% lean right. Media bias plays a significant role in shaping public perception. Left-leaning outlets describe Trump's Greenland ambitions as reckless, while right-leaning sources emphasize their strategic importance. This is where our sponsor, Ground News, comes in. Founded by a former NASA engineer, Ground News aggregates global news and organizes stories by topic. Each story comes with a visual breakdown of political bias, factual accuracy, and ownership, based on ratings from 3 independent monitoring organizations. One of the most useful features is their blind spot feed, which highlights stories underreported by one side of the political spectrum. For instance, right-leaning audiences might have missed reports about a GOP lawmaker suggesting school children should work for free lunches, an issue widely covered by left-leaning media but largely ignored on the right. As an impartial news outlet, we believe in equipping our viewers with tools to recognize media bias. Ground News makes this easy by showing you how different sides frame the same event.